I don't usually look that grim. The day that photo was shot, there was a politician in our facility that I was listening to at the time. True. The risk when you start a new business or even launch a major new product, the risk of failure is too high, and even the cost of success is too high if you measure opportunity cost and time away from family and friends and maybe damage to those relationships, to do it for marginal improvements. If you're going to do it, you need to look for 2x, 10x more kind of improvements on at least one benefit that matters to customers. And I'll give some examples. When XOS introduced its first product, we introduced the first X-ray optics for analytical instruments, and we could show that we provided more than 3 orders of magnitude improvement. Okay, maybe that was staged to make it look really good, but realistically, in the applications that mattered, we could deliver more than a factor of 100 improvement. Now, that translated into faster measurements, better limits of detection for elemental analysis. It was enough to get people to change, redesign their equipment, and to adopt it, and once they'd adopted it, to pay well, to be able to use value-based pricing, because ultimately this isn't about selling things, it's about creating free cash flow. Now, having done that and taking a major leap, when you have got those kind of capabilities, you don't necessarily apply that capability to deliver more of the same, to improve the same features that all the other players are emphasizing. That's the current basis for competition, because new capabilities very often make possible new combinations of benefits that were never before could be done. And you know what? Your competitors won't help you with that, because your competitors will not advertise or emphasize the things that they can't do. And what's less obvious, customers don't ask for things that they don't think are possible. In fact, they often don't even dream of them. They're focused on satisfying the thing they need to do and grabbing what's available to do it. And in general, that's about as much as they're going to ask for. As an example, XOS started making components of optics. When we moved into our first instrument, it was designed to meet a need to measure sulfur in diesel fuel to help the refinery and pipeline industries meet EPA Clean Air Act requirements. The competitive equipment that existed, the X-ray-based competitive equipment they typically measured 30 elements. They were pretty small, and that was a big part of, they said smaller footprint. They advertised a lot about that, and they measured tens of parts per million, and they sold for about $35,000. There was other equipment, more complex, that actually measured parts per billion. We came out with an instrument that measured, instead of 30 elements, measured 1. And now it measured at parts per million, but it was big. We couldn't get it down to this size. We had vacuum chambers and other stuff inside. And it sold for $55,000. So during the launch, our competitors started discounting from their 35. Once we got part way out, we also had to change the price. We took the price and told them people if they'd not ordered one at $55,000, it was too late. It now cost them $60,000. We made the price stick, and we took 90% market share in North America by something that only measured 1 element. And the reason was that we better understood what the customers needed. Why? The other instruments required trained spectroscopists. Our instrument was designed for Bubba. It could be used by a person who had a GED and could get 15 minutes of training from the guy on the outgoing shift. No one asked us for that. Customers didn't even dream of it. They never considered it possible. But we truly understood their environment, their economics, and we provided a higher value combination. In the pipeline and terminal at 2 a.m., push button, get banana, delivers value. Now, you have to protect what you've done. Patents. Patents are critical. In the hardware business, at least. We filed early in China because that's where the customers are. We filed in the Netherlands because that's where our competitors are. We filed in as many as 15 companies. Trade secrets. If it's hard to reverse engineer, then you keep some things secret. And third, stay in front. If others have a better product, it's very unlikely your patents are going to protect you. Go out there, have a good time, have fun. Thank you.